of tonight. Right now, right here, with your brothers. Have fun. Do your job very best you can.
Don't lose faith in me.
Whatever you do for us tonight, you better do it with everything that you have. Offense, defense, special teams, cheering on the sideline, filming the game. 2024 Mustangs are successful.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver.
Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win!
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their tail between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. A person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
Let's defend this piece. Let's go. Family on three.
1, 2, 3, family!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Essentia Health Mustangs Stadium for tonight's 3A EDC football matchup between the Bismark Century Patriots and your West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. I'm Tristan Murrock. Joined alongside me is Dan Wolf, as always. Wolf, it's going to be a great night here for football action. WDA versus EDC and Cheyenne's homecoming game.
Cheyenne's homecoming game and kind of the wrap-up of that East-West crossover as we're getting towards the end of that, moving into league play, EDC play. But tonight we have a team from Cheyenne 1-1, kind of manhandled a little bit by Legacy in that opening night at home to open the season, but bounced back with a win last week at Minot against an 0-2 Century team, and I'm sure both teams looking to come away with the W here tonight.
As we take a look back at last week, it was these two leading the charge, Zanker and Visness, as the Mustangs got on the board first at Minot, but a missed extra point. It was only 6-0 lead. The Magicians answered right back. Tegan Schindler finding the end zone and Blake Anderson extending it, giving Minot a 14-6 advantage after one. Defense took over the second quarter, but Cheyenne broke through with Arukatan striking on a jet sweep and Schlichting adding the 2-point conversion. Minot chipped in a field goal, but Arukatan wasn't done. He scored his second touchdown of the night, his third on the year, and gave Cheyenne a 21-17 lead going into the half. Third quarter stayed tight. A Mustang field goal was matched by a Minot touchdown, and we headed into the fourth all tied at 24. But in the end, it was a battle of wills. Both teams trading blows all night, and it was Zanker who put the nail in the coffin. Cheyenne surviving a thrilling one on the road, winning 31-27. And Wolf, that was a lot closer game than I think some of us thought.
Well, and it's hard to know early on and when you've lost a lot of players exactly how things are going to play out, and not seeing any of that Minot game, as we left the game against Legacy a couple weeks ago, Cheyenne struggled some on offense, but it was the defense for me personally that was the biggest concern, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after the national anthem. So if you stick around, we'll be right back with a little pregame analysis.
Cheyenne parents, students, fans, and welcome our guests from Bismark. We are proud and honored to welcome you to Essentia Health.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family, where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Just in time for player introductions, as I believe Cheyenne won the toss, or excuse me, Century won the toss and elected to receive in the second half.
So Cheyenne will get the ball first, moving from left to right on your screen here. And Tristan, before we headed away for the national anthem, talked about kind of some of the things that we saw in the first game that Cheyenne played here at home, our first broadcast of the year. And Legacy did a really nice job moving the ball up and down the field. And, you know, Cheyenne, as you would expect with a bunch of new skill position players, were kind of disjointed at times, a little bit off, and they started to work things out in the first half, or in the second half, and you would expect that to be a little bit maybe behind the defense. For me, I was kind of concerned about the defense because Legacy kind of had their way with Cheyenne for the majority of the game, and Cheyenne was not winning at the point of attack. And, you know, this isn't breaking news or anything, but games are generally won and lost up in the trenches up front, and Cheyenne struggled with that. They held on last week, but I'll be interested to see what that defense looks like tonight. Are they able to win the point of attack without bringing some help from the linebackers, some pressure, those sorts of things? And we'll see. Now, this is an 0-2 Century team. Maybe not as potent on offense as a Legacy was, but regardless, you've still got to win at the point of attack if you're going to have a chance to win the game tonight.
Yeah, well, like you said, battle in the trenches. Another thing, too, it's something to bring up is Cheyenne special teams. Obviously, last week and the first week, we saw a little bit of struggle with the kicking game. Last week, they actually elected after their second touchdown of the game in the first half to go for a two-point conversion. So I wonder if that's something we might see tonight, or if, you know, Newton's going to give Tiongson and Gullick's a little extra room there,
Yeah.
or how that's going to play out.
You know, and I imagine if Cheyenne, they're going to receive this opening kickoff, if you go down and score, you probably go, yeah, let's go for one. But I think that's a good point, Tristan. It might be a pretty short leash for the kickers tonight, that if they're not proving that they can handle it, Newton may just have to say, you know what, we have to go for two. And that's something in high school, kickers don't get a lot of work. Usually it's someone from the soccer team that's kind of helping out and moonlighting a little bit. And that's, you know, they don't get the type of special teams work that a college team or an NFL team gets. So we'll have to see how that plays out as the game progresses here tonight.
Another thing we talked about, too, really quick during pregame is Arukatan's 2 touchdowns last week. And, you know, it kind of makes you wonder if maybe Arukatan is one of those guys that's going to be able to fill the shoes of Schlichting either this year or next year moving forward.
Well, I know there was a lot of buzz in the preseason and kind of leading up to that first game about Arukatan and what it is he brought to the table. And, you know, I was actually kind of surprised that Enoch didn't get the type of number of runs that apparently he probably did up in Minot. And, I think, again, you're trying to figure out who are the guys you can rely on, what can you expect from them, and I'm going to guess we're going to see more opportunities. Maybe it's specialty plays, some designed types of plays that are meant to kind of get Enoch out in the running game, or maybe he just becomes more and more of that regular presence to give Schlichting a little bit of a break since he's going both directions, offense and defense.
And once again, Rukatan's only 5'9", junior who's 180 pounds, so he definitely can get his feet under him pretty quick if you don't look out for him.
That low center of gravity, he's going to make you pay.
Peterson's going to get us started off for the night. Once again, winning the toss, electing to receive in the second half, and Schlichting's just going to take the touchback there, and we'll kick this off at the Cheyenne 20.
Yeah, nice job there by Alex Peterson for Century, but downwind certainly, and put a good boot into it. And so we're going to see what Coach Newton has planned for his offense tonight, as we're going to see Cheyenne for the first time with the ball.
Another thing to mention, the wind's been pretty gusty lately, so 7 miles an hour out of the southeast, as we head into tonight's game. About 78 degrees outside, cooling wind.
And Coach Newton chose this direction to start the game, as we see Schlichting on an opening carry. So he must be banking on, in the second quarter, being able to go with the wind and see what they can do.
Gain of 6 on the play, second down and 4.
As Visness gains.
Or was that Visness?
I don't believe it was Visness on the carry, but Cheyenne gains about 6 yards on that one. So it'll be 2nd and 4, as the ball will be on the Cheyenne's 27 here. Pitch to Schlichting, as he's going to get scrambled around there.
Oh, Visness looks like he's hurt there. And that, that's that danger when you have a pitch like that, a read option. That end crashed down. He had contain, and he came down on Visness, and they look like they're maybe working on his arm, his shoulder there. Not sure. He's going to have to take this play off for certain. So that's going to bring Satram on.
So 3rd and 3 for Satram. I believe Visness just had
maybe a
just
stinger.
Popped out his shoulder, or maybe popped out his elbow or something, as that's one is going to be complete to
C.J. Smith, I think.
C.J. Smith.
I mean, there was some heat on that one. Satram didn't blink at all. He got that, rifled it out, and all it was, you just needed those few yards. So Smith just drove his guy back and settled down, and Satram delivered it on cue, and Visness back in now.
Visness out of the shotgun, hands off to Schlichting, and Schlichting's going to get absolutely hoarded there.
It looked like there was maybe a hole for a second, and all of a sudden it closed up. It looked like Schlichting was building a head of steam, and then all of a sudden he was just swallowed up by a host of Patriot defenders there on the D line.
Business out of the shotgun, drops back, and a pass to Smith is a little ways over his head.
Yeah, a little bit behind him and high, and Smith had to go up for it. Good job by the D-back there to put some contact on as Smith went up, and he couldn't bring it down. Ball needed to be just a little bit more out in front of him, and he had plenty of space there. But a 3rd and 10 here on the opening drive for Cheyenne.
Business trying to convert on 3rd and 10 as this is a handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting finds a gap and is going to gain some yardage here as he gets across midfield. Down at the 40. On the opposite field, about a 40-yard run there.
Really good job. Just a quick handoff, but that was all Schlichting. Good job by the O-line sealing, giving him just enough alley, and then he was gone. He put a foot in the ground and he got going. Huge gain for the Mustangs on a big 3rd and 10 on the opening possession.
Business, another handoff to Schlichting, and Schlichting's going to gain maybe a yard, maybe 2.
That one played by number 85, Joey Crawley. 2nd down and 8.
So another thing another thing I'm noticing here, Wolf, is Parker Tiongson on the sidelines with the boot on, so he's not going to be in the lineup tonight.
No,
maybe that's why Gullix was kicking the field goals out in Minot.
I'm guessing so. If Tiangson's in the boot, we know he's not going to be out there part of the kicking game. And we'll have to see if Cheyenne gets into the end zone and how they want to approach that. Gullix's older brother last year, Michael, did a nice job of kicking for the Mustangs. His younger brother Jacob here handling the duties tonight.
Business drops back, got some time, airs it out, and a little wide there, intended for number 16, Riker Birnbaum.
I don't know if the pass was to the outside. I don't know if that was a read or a set pattern, but Birnbaum turned it inside, and it looked like Visness's pass. He was expecting him to break out on that. So this is going to bring a 4th and 4. Chance to keep the drive alive is we'll see if they go to Schlichting again or if they have something else planned.
Rukatan with a little motion there, and that's
a false start, I think. A little motion on the line.
False start. Number 71 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still forced out.
Never when you want to get your name mentioned if you're a lineman. You never want that number to be recognized.
39.
So 4th and 9 now from the Mustangs, 39.
Probably undoubtedly changes the play selection that Coach Newton had on.
So this one is
kind of a jump screen to pass, and Schlichting couldn't bring it down. It looked like there was going to be some room to run on that side, but just couldn't make the connection, and they're going to give up the ball on downs the very first time out tonight.
Xavion Weisted will lead the Pats tonight on offense here. Weisted, a 6'2 junior, as this is handed off. And gaining some yardage on that was number 7, Tristan Pope.
Pickup of about 9 on that one by Pope. And that, again, we mentioned it to start. It's obviously early in the game, but this is an area where Cheyenne struggled, and the home opener is winning at that point of attack and letting running backs, ball carriers just kind of rip off chunks of yardage at times.
This one's going to be another run there by Pope. He'll get a first down for the Patriots and be in opposite field now, too, at about midfield.
Yeah, another pickup of about 5, so 2 carries for Pope for 14 yards right here. If you can't win up in the trenches, you've got to have those linebackers filling those gaps, and even your D-backs.
Another handoff to Pope here, and he gained some yardage, probably enough for another first down.
Close to it, at least 9 on that one.
So it'll be 2nd and 1.
So you wonder if this is maybe something Century saw when doing some film. They thought this was an opportunity, if they thought they could run between the tackles here and kind of dare Cheyenne to do something to stop them. Again, Cheyenne still hasn't brought any kind of pressure with the run blitz or anything like that.
Granted, it is early, but this run has been working for him so far.
There's a better job by Cheyenne gang tackling on that. It's going to be enough for a first down, but that's the smallest gain so far for Century, but that still moves the chains down to the 35 of Cheyenne.
Wysted takes a snap, another handoff there to Pope, and Pope's got some yardage. He's got a blocker too. Dugba is getting manhandled.
That was a really nice run by Pope. Saw that there was no lane off tackle and just popped it outside, kind of a little jump cut, and got outside and hit the gas. And there's going to be a flag here. I'm guessing this is some after the play shenanigans here. Not sure if who it's going to be on, but a personal foul on someone is my guess. Oh. Well, maybe that's why Dugbo was getting manhandled, because they had a hand full of jersey.
And the Mustang student section is letting Century know about that one.
They said that was number 16. So Carter Wild, I think, is who they got on that, but it's going to back them up. They still, it's a positive gain. It's 1st and 4 now, despite the penalty.
This one's a handoff to Wild, and he gets sacked there by Benzie.
Good job by Zach Benzie coming up.
Great read there by Benzie.
I don't know if that pretty much no gain on that play.
2nd down and 3.
When you're starting 1st and 4, 1st and 3, pretty much leaves everything open. You know you're going to probably be going for that. It's 4 down territory, so we'll see what Century and Coach Wingenbach comes up with on 2nd down.
Wysted from the shotgun this time. Hands off to Wild. Wild finds a gap and is going to get pulled down there, I believe, by Gable.
But still a pickup of 5.
As the Pats get another first down.
Once again, Century running backs getting to that 2nd level, putting all the heat on the linebackers. D-line's going to have to do something to start plugging some of these holes.
Wysted handoff.
There it is.
And there's the catch. As Pope could not get anywhere with that one.
Thomas Mendy on that one, crashing down from the DN position.
2nd down and 10.
So there's good recognition there to hold Century to no gain on that, but Mendy just flew down, saw that right away.
So about 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter here, and knotted at 0. as Weisted will hand off to Pope there. Pope gains about 6 yards.
Team of 6 on the play.
That was Mendy.
Tackle made by number 4, Brennan Gable, with help from number 5, Zach Benzie.
Mendy crashed down on that. I wonder if Century's recognizing that, maybe setting him up for a little play action here look and see if he bites on that. He's got to be careful. Yes, he wants to give run support, but you can't be caught looking in the backfield.
3rd and 4. Tolman in motion as he'll scramble himself and get the first down.
I think that was Pope again.
Or Pope, excuse me.
They're grinding away. And they're eating clock.
As Schweigert was fired up on the opposite side there.
Tackle made by the Mustangs, number 27, Mac Verschoner. First and 10 for Century.
So 1st and 10 in the red zone here. As Weisted, another handoff to Pope, and that one will be led by Mamadi.
Nice job shedding that blocker and then getting Pope down around the ankles. Still 2nd and goal, but a nice job up front by Cheyenne on that play.
Weisted under center, drops back, handoff to Pope. Pope's going to get within the 5-yard line, get brought down at about the 4. So it'll be 3rd and goal.
We still haven't seen Century put the ball in the air, not even once yet. See if they're going to try and finish this drive on the ground or if they've been setting something up. See if they can get the Cheyenne defense to bite on a play fake and open something up, or maybe a run pass option, something like that.
Weisted under center, drops back, handoff to Pope, and he finds a gap and is in. Tristan Pope gets the Pats on the leaderboard first here with 1:45 left to go in the first quarter. And there's a flag, maybe not. Thought there was a flag for a second. The referee was coming towards midfield, kinda. 6-0 Pats lead as Alex Peterson will come on to kick the extra point. And that one dings off the left goalpost and is in. So the Century Patriots come in, take a first quarter lead. 7-0 is your score so far. We'll take a short break and be right back.
Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
All right, folks, welcome back here to West Fargo once more. Century Patriots come in and take a 7-0 lead early in the first quarter. Or early in the game, excuse me, I guess, not the first quarter, as there's only 1:45 left to go here. As Peterson will drop back to kick now. Peterson with the extra point after the Pope touchdown.
And that was that whole drive by Century, a lot of heavy doses of Pope, who did a really nice job. Again, we never saw the ball thrown once or even a pass attempted by Century. So they look content to just kind of use a power run game and see if they could churn out some yards, and they were able to do that on the first possession that they had. Cheyenne stalled out, turned it over on downs the first time around, so we'll see how they do. there wasn't a lot probably, Tristan, on that first possession for Cheyenne, aside from that 40-yard run by Schlichting. So we'll see if little consistency can be found here by the Mustangs on offense in this possession.
So Peterson with another deep kick there leaves the Mustangs with a touchback and will start them out on the 20. As Visnes with the handoff to Arukatan, and he can't really find a gap there as Holder, I believe, kind of was swarmed by about 5 or 6 Pats on that.
Good job by Joey. I think it was Kralik for the for Century. Did a nice job of pushing Holder back into the backfield and just really took away any running lane that Arukatan had, and ends up in a loss of 4 for the Mustangs.
Visnes takes a snap, quick shot to Birnbaum, and Birnbaum, holy suicide pass.
Big hit by Braden Morris for Century.
He stopped at the line of scrimmage.
As it'll be 3rd and 14.
Yeah, Birnbaum was just kind of stood up there getting twisted around, and hammer was dropped by the Century defender. 3rd and 14 now.
Visnes drops back, pass over, and pass was intended, I believe, for Reese Harrod.
And Harrod, yeah, it just outside of his reach on an out, and that's going to lead to a 3 and out for the Mustangs. So 0 for 2 in possessions thus far.
Not the way you want to start this one, I don't believe.
No, it not, any night, certainly not on homecoming.
And that one's a little pooch kick there to the 40, and it's going to be out at about the 46, 47.
33 yards on that punt.
So great starting field position for the Century on their second drive here, starting over midfield in Cheyenne territory. Looks like they'll probably get one playoff here before they switch directions and go into the wind. But Tristan, if you're never throwing the ball, the wind isn't going to be a factor for you. So we'll see if Cheyenne was able to make some adjustments, see if they can get some guys slashing into some running lanes here and taking some stuff away from Century, as Century's probably going to try and just continue to control the ball with Pope on a lot of runs.
Weisted now. Deep ball intended and incomplete for number 1. That was Xavion Harrelstad.
That looked like I was afraid
thought
there
that
was going to be
pass interference there.
Looked like a PI, like he made contact a little before the ball got there, and he had no eye on the ball, but an incomplete pass. So Century tries to take advantage of going with the wind here as the first quarter is winding down with a pass on the opening play.
And Wild's going to gain some yardage there.
Yeah, good job getting around the outside, picking up about 6 or 7, and that's going to take us out of bounds as we get nearer to the end of the first quarter.
Not quite yet, Wolf. As 3rd and 4. 3 seconds left in the first quarter, so we'll see what Weisted does here. It's going to be a handoff, and he's going to be read like a book by Brennan Gable.
Great job by Gable coming up on run support there. Excellent job. That's going to bring up about 4th and 5 as we switch ends of the field and the first quarter comes to an end. But great job by Gable on that one. End of the first. Century leads the Mustangs 7-zip. We'll be right back to see if they convert on this 4th down.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
All right, folks, welcome back here to West Fargo as the Century Patriots have came in, taking early 7-0 lead here as we advance to the second quarter, as we see Weisted stay on for 4th and 5 to start it.
Big opportunity for Cheyenne to shut this down.
That one's going to be a pass caught and a first down there.
Boy, that was close. That first Mustang had a chance, but it sheds that first tackle and gets just enough to keep the chains moving.
Correction, that was Braden Morris actually on the catch. So 1st and 10 here for Weisted. As maybe a gain of 3 there by Morris.
Handoff up the gut there. That fake of the pitch relation. We'll see if they come back to that. Maybe fake that dive and try and string something out. But that time they give the handoff. Gets a couple, but that'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Weisted under center. And there's going to be a false start.
A little movement up front, yep.
Century side, I believe, on number 77. Schweigert. Or excuse me, it was number 70, so that was Peyton Sile.
Again, offensive line, you never want your name to be called by a referee, and so that's going to back Century up for this repeat of 2nd down, this time with 13 to go.
Weisted takes a snap, handoff there to Pope, and he'll gain about 7 yards there.
Good second effort by Pope. He just kind of kept those legs pumping, and no one wrapped him up and took him all the way to the ground, so he picks up another 3 yards after contact. Nicely done by Pope.
As this will bring 3rd and 6 now. Weisted sends a man in motion. Little pitch to him there as he's
There's a flag down. That was
swarmed.
Benzie didn't make the tackle, but he was the one that caused the no gain or the minimal gain on that, but the flag did come in late. We're going to see if that was a holding downfield on Century.
Stop made by number 20, Thomas Mendy, along with number 26, Grayson Olsen.
As Mendy and Olsen are going to get credit for the tackle.
But again, it was Benzie that was the one who
leading the charge.
Yeah, and that's going to be a hold on Century. Oh.
Number 77, the offense.
So Schweigert gets caught with a late block, and it'll be 3rd and I believe 15. Yep, 16.
Third down and 15.
Third and 15.
From the Mustangs.
Again, this may very well be 4 down territory for Century. We'll find out.
If I'm the Cheyenne defense right now, all eyes are on Pope.
Seems like a passing play, but I would not be shocked to see them get it back to Pope here on this.
As Weisted drops back, ball intercepted.
Yes.
By number 29, Ty Hazer.
Excellent adjustment in the air. That ball just kind of fluttered, hung up into the wind, and Hazer just undercut the receiver. The receiver was probably open, but just not enough on that pass, and Hazer is able to undercut it, come down with a big interception. An opportunity for Cheyenne now to possess the ball and get on the board.
There's over $300 in the pot to
So
give away right now. Remember, ticket prices.
that'll put the Mustangs on their own 24-yard line as Visness and company come back out to work. Trips left to start out. Visness takes a snap, handoff to Schlichting, and Schlichting's not going to get any room whatsoever.
That was actually pretty good just to get what he got. It might be a gain of half a yard, but Schlichting had guys on him in the backfield. As soon as he touched the ball, a little stutter step and a little shake and bake, he's able to turn it into about a half a yard gain.
Correction, gain of 1, second down and 9.
So about 9 minutes left to go here in the second quarter in this half, as Visness will go to work. 2nd and 9, drops back, got a little bit of time, airs it out, intended for Smith and over his head once more.
Skinny post there by Smith and just over his head.
Or excuse me, that was Zanker.
Zanker, okay. But just out of his reach. So now you have 3rd and 9.
And you know, that's something we saw a lot in Minot, was the Zanker cut to the middle and kind of just go straight over the middle with those two, like we talked about a little bit pregame. Visness drops way back, scrambles early, lets it go. Zanker with the reception.
Good job by Zanker adjusting. That pass a little low and behind him. Nicely done. Slides down and makes the catch on that. Always a tough pass for a quarterback, rolling to your left and throwing across your body, but Visness puts enough on it and Zanker hauls it in. That'll move the chains for Cheyenne. Tristan, we know Rukatan had the big game up in Minot. We've only seen him touch the ball really the one time here tonight. Can't help but wonder if they're going to not try and get him the ball again sometime soon.
As Horde of Pats come in and storm Schlichting back on that one, and that'll be back at the line.
Along with help from number 77, Ian Schweiger. Second down, 9.
7:40 left to go in the half. Visness scrambled early, pitch to Schlichting. Schlichting's got some room, going to go down the sideline and get out.
That.
At about.
I wondered if that was going to draw a flag. It looked like he had already reached the boundary and was shoved from there, but no penalty called.
Down at the 43.
Still a nice job to bring up 3rd and a short 2.
3rd down and 2.
Nice job by Visness holding on to the ball and then pitching it after he forced that DN to commit.
Ruktan in motion as Schlichting is going to get hoarded there at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like he maybe the exchange wasn't really good. He almost looked like he was looking behind him trying to haul that in before he was able to make a move with the ball.
4th down and 2.
Visnes now takes a snap. Quick pass to Arukatan as he gets a first down, and there's... I thought there was a hold there by, I believe it was number 8, Carter Coast. But
nice play design there. Gave Visnes a couple of options. Little soft wide receiver screen out there. I think it was to Zanker, and then Arukatan just a quick slant into that soft secondary. Visnes picks the one that he saw, and there's another good look to Zanker right up the middle.
And he's in the red zone. 3-yard line.
Just a post.
Tackle made by number 18, Xander Hansen.
Nice job by Visnes to let him clear the linebackers and found that area between the backers and the secondary and just dropped it, caught him right in stride, and Zanker adds about 12, 15 yards after the catch.
The Mustangs bring out the power unit now. Benzie behind Visnes as this one's a handoff to Schlichting. Brought down at the line of scrimmage there.
Tackles made by number 66, Darian Bitts.
As Darian Bitts led the charge there on the tackle.
Loss of 1. 2nd down, goal to go from the 5.
So 2nd and goal from the 5 after the loss of 1 with 5:38 left to go in the half. Visnes now hand off to Arukatan. Arukatan's going to find a gap and get in for the touchdown. Enoch Arukatan puts the Mustangs on the board. And his 4th on the year will reduce the lead to 1 as we will see the kicking unit come out.
And we talked about in the middle of that possession, Tristan, would we see Arukatan be a bigger part of this drive? And he had the reception and comes up with the touchdown. I think that's probably someone that you're going to need to have to try and get the ball in his hands a little more frequently. We know Schlichting is good, as that, speaking of, is good by Gullix.
Pretty low, but it was good. It was basically a tomahawk shot.
All that matters is it goes over that bottom crossbar. And so we have a tie game, 7-7, 5:22 to go in the half. We'll be right back.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Cheyenne as the Mustangs now tie this one 7-7 with 5:22 left to go in the first half as Arukatan finds the end zone, followed up by a Gullix extra point. Gullix back to kick once more as Piker Tiongson is in a boot on the sidelines right now. Gullix has a pretty good kick there, and Pats get to about the 34.
17 yards.
As
so 5:16 to go, Tristan. The one drive, the one possession where Century scored, as there's a Century player down as the
Carter Wild,
as the trainers will come out. that was a long, grinding type of drive. With only 5:16, they're probably going to have to throw the ball at some point, and it's going to be into the wind. But we're going to have to wait to find out as the trainers tend to the injured player. So we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
What makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
All right, folks, welcome back here after the injury timeout. Number 16, Carter Wild for the Pats, getting escorted off the field.
Left under his own power, but favoring that left leg. Hopefully nothing serious for him, as another Patriot is down after that play. Keeping the trainers busy.
Official timeout on the field for an injury.
As at this point, you kind of wonder if it's cramping.
Well, it is still warm enough weather where that is a possibility. As the trainers are tending to him, we're going to look at some scores around the state here. Fargo North leads Fargo South in the Civil War battle, 14-0. 11 minutes left in the second half. Number 1 Davies versus number 2 Legacy out at the Community Bowl tonight. With 2 minutes left in the first, Davies leads Legacy 7-0. Watford City up 21-6 against Williston with 11 minutes to go before half. Mandan leads West Fargo Horace, the Hawks, at halftime 14-0. Number 3 Bismark and Shanley tied at 7 with less than a minute to go in the first. No score on the West Fargo and Minot game going on tonight up in Minot.
So a lot of action out west the way it sounds tonight here, as Legacy and Fargo Davie is probably the game to watch tonight.
Yeah, that would be an entertaining one for sure. They both look good, both undefeated to start the season here, as Century.
Weisted scrambling is going to get maybe a yard or two, as
I don't know if that was designed or not, or if that was just really good recognition by Weisted, kind of feeling that pressure on his backside and turning it and trying to make something out of it. Regardless, it is a net positive there, but
Ethan Wilkie on the tackle.
Any pass was taken away by the Mustangs, as we're under 5 to go here before halftime.
So this pass is going to be caught there, maybe a little yard or two there after the reception. I believe to number 1, Xavion Harlstead.
Nice job. He drove the D-back just far enough back, sat down, got the pass, picked up a few yards after the catch, but really didn't do anything more than he had to, just enough to move the chains.
So this pass intended for Harlstead once more, and it's going to be incomplete as Zanker was on the coverage. Or excuse me, maybe Dugba.
I think it was Mike Dugba. Good job closing on that, getting a hand in the middle. Not a terrible pass, an opportunity for a completion for potentially a first down, but really nice job by the Mustang D, by Dugba there to close on that and knock that ball away.
Dugba was fired up after that one too, as he had great coverage there. So Weisted under center, handoff quick there to, I believe it was Pope.
Yeah, Pope again. I'm kind of surprised, Tristan. I know time is kind of the essence, but really Cheyenne hadn't proven they could really shut down Pope in the running game for Century, and they've kind of gone away from it a little bit here. I would have expected Coach Wingenbach just to keep hammering that until Cheyenne proved that they could stop it consistently. But now with the variety of things going away from it, I don't know if Cheyenne's figured it out or just it looked like Pope had a chance to kind of wear the defense down, but for whatever reason, they've gone away from it.
Weisted and a shot to Harlstead.
Nice job by
3.
Wilkie, Ethan Wilkie. Good job of wrapping him up right away and preventing any yards after the catch. So it's going to bring up 4th and 1. But a good job.
Gain of 5.
See if we get some linebackers filling the gaps here. Little run blitz to try and stop. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see Pope get this ball. Kept by
Weisted.
Yeah.
He's going to get a first down
Easily
there.
picks that up.
2:52 left to go here in the second. And a reminder, Century gets the ball first in the second half as well, so something to maybe consider here for...
Well, I'm sure they would love to get a 2-for-1, a score, and then get the ball to start the second half, but I think they'd also be content just to run this clock down and prevent Cheyenne from possessing it again before halftime.
Weisted.
Oh, that not a good pass there.
Drop back and a little low there.
I've got to think time of
Tolman.
possession is greatly in favor of Century, probably mostly due to that initial opening drive that they had. And I would think it's an opportunity to kind of wear down the defensive front of Cheyenne, but 2:25 to go here before halftime.
As Pope gets another carry of maybe 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Or 3rd and 8, excuse me.
Good gang tackle there by the Mustang D. As we're coming down on 2 minutes.
That way by number 20, Thomas Minden. Plus number 26, Grayson Olson.
So we're just under the 2-minute mark now here in the first half.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Weisted drops back. No one there, and Gable's gonna trip him up there on
There was a
3rd and 8, and
yeah, it's still going to bring probably 4th and 5. Good job by Gable chasing him down from behind.
Either a couple on the play.
There looked like to be some running room there for Century, but just nice job, good hustle by Gable. That's going to bring 4th and 5, and I think Century's going to want to call a timeout and figure out what play they would want to run here with 1:18 to go. We'll be right back.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we have 4th and 5 for the Century Patriots. With a little under a minute 30 left to go in this half, and Wysted breaks free, and
a great job by Mendy. They were setting up a screen for Pope on the left side, sniffed out by the Cheyenne defense immediately. Good recognition by Wysted, knowing that there was no opportunity to throw to Pope, but he tried to take off, and it looked like there was some space, and there was a lot of open space, but great pursuit, great closure by Mendy, able to trip Wysted up, and Cheyenne's going to get a chance, minute 19, but they do still have all 3 timeouts, so we'll see if, and they're with the wind, we'll see if Coach Newton can dial up, see if they can get a couple chunk plays here, and maybe have an opportunity to score. That would be a huge turnaround for Cheyenne if they could get a score here, knowing that they're going to kick off to start the second half.
Minute 15 left as Visness has a little time and throws it away as he was getting pressured there.
So that, that was broken, good defense. Century knew a pass was coming, but what needs to happen on that, Tristan, is your receivers, as soon as that's broken, you've got to start coming back to the ball. You can't run around where you are. You've got to come back and shorten that distance between you and the quarterback and cut down on those passing lanes for him, and everyone was just kind of running around out there. No one came back to the ball, and so Visness had no choice but to just get rid of it.
Run by Schlichting here as he gets pushed out at about 7 to go, 6 to go maybe.
After gain of about 3.
Gain of 3.
Yeah, at the 38, so a 3rd and 7. Still a minute 4. You want to make sure you hold on to it long enough if you're not going to score, if you're Cheyenne, not to give an opportunity to Century here.
Visness drops back. Pass is intercepted, and that is going to be a pick 6 there for Century, courtesy of Carter Coast.
Nice job by Coast, but really all he had to do was turn around and catch the ball. That looked like he was the receiver on that one. Not sure if that was a miscommunication or just a pass in the wrong area, but all Coast had to do was catch it, and he had no one but blockers in front of him as he takes it to the house for a pick 6. And so you talked about a bad scenario for Cheyenne. Now they've given up that score, and they're going to have to kick off to Century to start the second half.
Number 70, Peyton Sile.
As Visness is getting that arm worked on again here on the sidelines as we see Satcham warming up. 53 seconds left to go in the half. As this will push a kicker back 5 yards here, so not too much of a difference there for Peterson. And Peterson sends that one straight through the uprights. And it'll be a 14-7 Century lead with 53 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. All right, folks, welcome back here to homecoming night at Cheyenne High, as just announced by our PA announcer, Ben. As Century coming off the pick 6, courtesy of Carter Coast, excuse me. Sorry, that took me a sec. As Century extends their lead 14-7 with 53 seconds left to go in the first half. Reminder, they get the ball back in the second half as to start it. So Peterson back to kick this one away. Once again, 53 seconds left to go in this first half, as that's a little poocher to the line, and that's going to be touched at the line by Cheyenne. As it's recovered barely there by number 22, Harper Mondor.
First and 10 from the Mustangs, 37.
So still 53 seconds and 2 timeouts for Century here. That hurts for Cheyenne in this. I mean, it's not terrible position here, and I'm sorry, Cheyenne has all 3 timeouts, but you're going to have to play with some pace here. You're going to have things moving.
Satcham back out.
Yeah, Satcham, the quarterback. I'm not sure if an aggravation of injury. Bisness did leave for one play earlier, or if that's just a coach's decision, what the deal is. But now coming down on 25 seconds, I'm guessing Cheyenne's going to be content just to run this out.
Satcham with a handoff to Schlichting, and Schlichting gets hoarded there. And that's a flag by the referee behind Satcham. Led by Bitts. And it's going to be a face mask and a first down and a 5-yard gain there for Cheyenne.
First and 10 for the Mustangs from their 49.
So Satcham with trips right, back to work, right at midfield basically. Drops back, tosses one intended for Smith. Little high.
Yeah, out of his reach. I mean, there's nothing hurt by trying that, or even looking to see if you can throw something long and maybe pick up a pass interference, something like that. You do have 3 timeouts. So it's not even essential that you have to catch the ball and get out of bounds, but you're going to have to get big chunk here on this play. If not, you're probably looking at just running out the clock and getting to halftime down 7.
Probably something planned on that last play, as well as Schlichting's going to try and make his way towards the line, and
that should take us to the end of the half, and it will.
So after one, it's going to be 14-7 Century. And Wolf, do you think they got anything to work on coming into the second? Or
well, it looked dire to start. Great opening drive by Century, but Cheyenne clawed their way back in. Their defense kind of figured things out. They got the score, and just really an ill-timed pass, and that pick 6 really killed them right before the half. They know they're going to have to give Century the ball to start the second half, so they're going to have to come up with something defensively to try and get a stop and see if they can get down and try and tie this up and maybe drag this out into a some kind of one-possession game to in the fourth quarter. But certainly hope isn't lost, down 14-7 at this point, but just a really unfortunate pick 6 thrown right before the end of the half, and so I'm sure Coach Newton and the coaching staff are going to go and have some words and see if they can figure out how to rebound in the second half.
Yeah, so with that, we will take a look at our homecoming court really quick. As I guess I'll just rip them off here. Jenner Runsvold is with Lauren Lashevsky. Brody Bitsagai with Abby Briggs. Charlie Estebo is with Olivia Hansen leading off right now. Zach Benzie and Piper Bashorner, Tyler Holland and Addie Kill, Brennan Gable and Marley Badeau, Hudson Dinger and Brendan Field, Kai Schlichting and Nikki Zeiss, Kaysen Bernstein, and Cora Metcalf, and finally your homecoming king and queen, Drake Nostrom and Allie Makowick. So with that, we will take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
What makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think so.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone. Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere, from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Cheyenne. Taking a look at the schedule for the coming games for Mustang football. Next week they're at Mandan. That's a special time starting at 6:30. The week following that, Fargo-Davies, then back at home to face Fargo North on October 3rd. And then it's already October, Wolf.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like the fall's already going by quick, let alone just now. And then the stream schedule for this upcoming week, it's Michaela Amundsen and company going to work, battling Moorhead on Tuesday and then battling Red River on Thursday. So that'll be next week's streaming schedule. And as always, we look forward to that, as the Moorhead game should be good, considering you know, Moorhead did really well against West Fargo at the Landon's Light invite. So did Cheyenne. So it should be interesting to see who comes out on top of that one.
And then, you know, Red River, you got to, you know, still be thinking, yeah, you're playing Moorhead. It's non-conference. You certainly want to do well, but then you're back into the thick of a conference battle, and you got to make sure that you're ready to play against Red River. You know, and that it does seem strange. You know, the football season's already 3 weeks in, but really it feels like that volleyball season is just getting started. Still a couple months left, but it's hard to believe that we're already at mid-September.
You know, and like you were talking about, I believe it was last night, the volleyball season goes till basically Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, just shy of Thanksgiving, and that football season a couple weeks earlier than that. So it is a long way, but it isn't. And as the weeks, you know, go by, it seems to go quicker and quicker.
So
for Cheyenne, I guess coming out second half, I think the big thing is you got to try and get a stop here, maybe a turnover if at all possible. But you got to get out and stop Century on that opening possession if at all possible. And, you know, see what you can do. You're going to have the choice of what end of the field. My guess is Cheyenne may opt to take the wind at their back for the fourth quarter in case it comes down to that. But you're running that risk. You're giving the ball and the wind to Red River, and Century to start. So we're going to see how this plays out. But certainly key if they can get a stop to start the second half and then see if they can get some points on the board and tie this game up.
And one thing to kind of note, too, is Visness headed off early in the first half. I don't quite see him yet out there in the warm-ups, but
yeah,
we'll see if Satram continues. Visness seemed to pop his shoulder out of place or out of socket
early in the
in the first quarter, and kind of never recovered the way it seemed.
Well, and then, you know, that interception, so it's hard to know, is that, you know, a choice by the coaches, or what, was there a reason why that pass was the way it was, because that shoulder is still bothering him? It wasn't that much before that he had taken another hit on one of those pitch options when he gave the ball to Schlichting, so maybe it re-aggravated something, thought he could fight through it. It was the right arm, which was the problem in the first quarter, and that's the passing arm, so maybe that was the issue. We'll see.
He's down there in a shoulder sling right now.
He's in a sling, yeah, so it looks like it's going to fall on Satram here the rest of the way, and, you know, you've got to have that next man up mentality and say, you know what, we're going to do what we can. It might not be the way we had envisioned it or planned it, but you know what? These are the guys we have, and so we've got to go out and work our tails off and see if we can't get a win out of this. We certainly hope Visness, this is just more precautionary, but it's unfortunate to see him out of uniform and wearing some kind of sling there on the sideline. That's unfortunate.
And, of course, that's just on the offensive side. On the defensive side, you got to wonder, you know, if they're going to come back into this with a little bit better mentality, saying that, you know, if they're going to try something different here or how they're going to play this. So
Mustangs number 76, Jacob Phillips. Everyone up for the kickoff.
As Gullix is off to kick here, and Pope back to receive. As gets a little bit of space there. Return of maybe 10.
Probably a good choice to keep the ball away from Pope on the kickoff. We'll see if Century goes back to what worked for them for that opening touchdown on offense, which was lots and lots of Pope on run game, and we'll see if they try kind of that power run game once again with this possession, especially going into what breeze there is out there. The only interception was thrown going in this direction by Century, so we'll see if they go with the heavy dose of running with Pope.
Has another run by Pope and a flag down on the play.
I would think that from the back judge, that kind of looks like it might be in the area of an offensive hold. We'll see what the refs come up with.
Number 26, Reese Wilson. Yes, it is. Chop block.
Oh, chop block.
And 11. The offense. One high, one
So chop block on Morris and 15.
Yeah, 1st and 25 now.
On Morris and Bachmeyer.
70 and 11.
No, they corrected that. So it's 70 and 11.
Morris and
Sile. But 1st and 25, this is the start that Cheyenne needed. Back up Century and see if they can't get a quick punt out of this and an opportunity on offense. I mean, that's not going to kill you. You gave up 5 or so there, but when it's 1st and 25, you can afford to do that if you're the defense on Cheyenne.
Is Mamadi Dor on the tackle there.
That secondary, make sure you keep eyes on that receiver. Cannot let anyone behind you. Keep your eyes out of the backfield. That's got to be the defensive line and the linebackers that make a stop. And if you have to, 10 yards downfield, you worry about it, but just don't get caught peeking back there.
Weisted from the shotgun. Drops back. Pass is low and incomplete.
That one short hopped. Is he going to Pope out there? So that's going to bring up 3rd and 22. So big opportunity for Cheyenne. Really just want to keep everything in front of you. If you can do that, you're going to force Century into a punt and get a good opportunity, probably with some decent field position and the wind at your back to open the second half on possessions.
A run there by Pope, and he's going to be stopped maybe with a yard or two of gain as Mamadi Dor leading the charge. Pepper of the Salt and Pepper twins.
Brennan Gable with help from number 9, Jason Bernstein. 4th down.
So 2 men back.
Kicks up.
Decent punt. Oh.
As Arukatan drops it. Gets a runoff still on it, though. Gets to the 40.
Returned by the Mustangs number 20, Thomas Mendy.
Probably fortunate there to turn a little bit, get a few yards off of that after the muff punt. So now it's now a great opportunity for Satram here to step up and show what he's capable of as quarterback. And if you're in the Cheyenne huddle, you got to believe that this guy can do the job. Visness on the sideline for the second half. I would think we're going to probably see something pretty safe to start with. Some opportunities for Schlichting to handle the ball, but you're going to have to move it at some point.
Satram handoff to Schlichting as he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
And the hard part is Century, of course, knows also that this is the backup, and they're probably going to kind of dare Coach Newton and the Mustangs offense to beat them through the air. We're going to try and shut down any running lanes if we at all can.
Satcham a little scramble himself as he gets a little bit of yardage there.
Picks up a few. I think this would be a time maybe you want to try and get a Rukatan involved in the offense here. You know, maybe on that jet sweep, something like that.
3rd down and 7.
Defense certainly keying on Schlichting at this point. So you're going to have to mix it up. You're going to have to show them something that they're not expecting.
So 3rd and 7 with 8:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Satcham drops back, got some time, and intercepted there. Intended for Zanker, as that's going to be number 5.
Intercepted by number 5, Todd Tolman.
Todd Tolman on the interception.
That was Zanker just turned the other way. And that's probably as much as anything, Tristan, as a result of these guys probably not working a lot together, not knowing, you know, what's going to happen on a busted play, which direction a player might go. I mean, that's something that's really hard for professionals to get down and to trust each other and be on the same page. But when you have the backup quarterback coming on the field to start the second half, that's virtually impossible to know what's going to happen.
Weisted under center.
Great job by Gable chasing him down.
Tackled by number 4, Brennan Gable.
Gable shot that gap right down the line, tracked Pope down and got him from behind. Limited him to a 1-yard gain on that one.
Weisted now under center. Drops back, another handoff to Pope, and he is read there once more by Brennan Gable.
Gable's going to try and turn this into his own personal show. Great series here for Gable, as that's going to be a loss of 1 and bring up a 3rd and 10. Great job.
3rd down and 10.
So 3rd and 10 now. 7:35 left to go here.
As the Mustang fans are getting into it here, you can feel the press box rocking from them pounding on the bleachers.
So that's going to be a gain of 7.
Probably 4 down territory, I would guess, with the 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3 coming up.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Just enough for Century to kind of open things up. They could go in the air, they could go on the ground. That was a good pickup. 7 crucial yards for them. Makes the Cheyenne defense have to play this honest. They can't overplay the run or the pass, one or the other. But the fans are at it again, egging on the defense.
Weisted drops back, has time, airs a deep ball, and that's going to be incomplete, just a little far out of the reach for number 18, Xander Hansen.
Well, and who was at the quarterback again, forcing Weisted to get rid of it? Brennan Gable. Great sequence for Gable as Century turns it over on downs. And we'll see if Coach Newton can come up with something here that gets this Cheyenne offense going without putting too much on maybe Satcham's shoulders right away.
As 7 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 14-7, down by a touchdown and an extra point here. Schlichting with the run isn't even going to get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, Century knows they're just going to overplay that run. Again, they're going to dare you to beat them
Number 85, Joey Crawler.
through the air. You're going to have to start doing something different, because you're going to end up finding yourself in those third and long positions like they did last time, and that's what led to the interception. Little swing pass here, a screen, something like that you can get going.
Satcham.
There's the swing, or a little bubble screen, but Century all over that one.
Arukatan on the reception. No gain. Once again, Visness injured in the first quarter, then never really made a recovery, so Satcham's at work right now with third and 10. Satcham scrambles, gets a release off, and
good catch.
A catch by, I believe,
that was Birnbaum.
Birnbaum.
You know, and I was just going to say, what I would like here is to move that pocket to get Smith out in space. That gives him kind of that option to read things. It puts pressure on the defense and offers some opportunities for some different things for Smith, as we see Brennan Gable now coming on the field, perhaps as the lead blocker. Cheyenne at their own 49. Looks like they're going to go for it here. Play clock down to 6.
4th and 1. Satcham with the handoff, and he's going to find a gap in Arukatan, gaining some yardage.
Great job keeping those. Great job keeping those legs chopping. Really nice job. Huge fourth down conversion there for the Mustangs to keep this drive alive.
5 minutes left to go here. Quarter number 3, down by 7. As Satcham will get a 1st and 10 to work with here. Fakes the handoff to Schlichting. Airs one out and just can't be handled there by Zanker.
I'm sure Max feels like he could have had that catch, but it was high. Had to stretch out for it, just couldn't come down with it. A little too much pace on that ball for him to haul it in. Not a terrible decision. The pass was in a spot where only Zanker could get it, but they're going to have to find a way to convert on some of those opportunities if they're going to keep this drive moving.
Satcham drops back. There's one out, intended for Zanker once more.
There's a
flag on the play.
Looks like a hold, I think, against the Mustangs. And I'm sure Century will choose to back the Mustangs up.
Holding 77, the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
So penalty comes against number 77, which is Christian King.
So replay second down, but now 2nd and 20.
And you got to be thinking a deep ball here at some point.
Well,
for Satcham, maybe air it out a little bit.
You know, maybe a draw here, or that screen pass that they tried to go to in the first half looked like it had some potential.
Satcham drops back, and that one's low, and no catch on that as convert.
4th and 15 is probably just too much to expect from this offense right now, and they're going to go back to the drawing board here and see if they can figure something out for the rest of the half.
Jason Bernstein in punt formation for the Mustangs.
Bernstein back to pump.
Looks like Pope back to receive for Century. Ooh.
Bernstein gets the punt away. Kind of a little pooch kick that's going to hobble out of bounds there at about the 40 or 35, excuse me.
Not a great punt there, and I think maybe he felt a little pressured as that wasn't a super sharp snap there. He kind of ballooned to him, and he felt like he had to rush to get it off. Only about a 15-yard net on that. Well, Brendan Gable exerted his influence on the last drive. We'll see if he's able to do that again this time around for the Mustang defense. This is really going to put a lot on the shoulders of this defense that has struggled at times this year to keep teams out of the end zone. But if they're going to have a chance to stay in this, I've got to believe that you're going to have to hold Century at their 14 points that they're at.
Little pitch there back and gain some yardage there as number 23, Adam Wild, will carry that one for the Pats. As Dorr on the tackle.
Third down, 6. Correction, second down, 6.
2nd and 6 now.
Good job by Thomas Mendy coming up and run support there from his D-back position.
Gain of 2. Third down and 4.
So 3rd and 4 now for the Patriots. As it'll be about 3 minutes left to go here in the quarter. As Weisted hits Carlstead there.
They're going to say that's enough to move the chains. Just enough, not by a lot.
So 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the quarter, down by 7. Wind's kind of with you right now against the Pats, though. So as Mobley on the tackle there.
Mobley Dorr, good job there. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, here comes Pope right now. We haven't seen a lot of Pope in this possession for Century, but he's on now with Century facing a 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9. Weisted handoff to Pope. Pope's going to go on the far side as he's going to get to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Strung out well, and actually McFarland had a chance. He did a good job of spreading that, stretching that out. They were just unable to get him down, but that could have been a loss of about 3 or 4 had they been able to wrap Pope up. But as it is, no gain, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Century here.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 48. With just under a minute left to go in the quarter. As this one's a deep ball and it's caught.
What a great catch.
Right there by Harlstead.
I think that was Hazer was with him step for step, but right where where the receiver saw it and stretched out and hauled it in. It looks like he's shaken up a bit by it, but not until he makes the catch and gets Century inside the red zone. Great pass, great catch. Little shoulder fake, and then he went long. Little pump and go there.
Wallstead, another handoff to Wild. Wild gaining some yardage and maybe a first down. Just short of a first down as it's a gain of 9, maybe 8.
Gain of 9 on the play, 2nd down and 1. From the Mustang 9.
So the Patriots in the red zone right now as they'll take the end of the third quarter here, and they'll go into the fourth leading by 7, 14-7 off of the pick 6. We'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Tristan, as we look around the rest of 11-3A here, West Fargo and Minot are tied at the end of 7-7. North leads South 21-7 with 11 minutes left in the third. Good one, number 1 Davies, and is up by 21-20 at halftime over Bismark Legacy. Watford City 34-6 against Williston. Horace 35 unanswered against Mandan, all over with 2 minutes to go in that one. And Shanley leads Bismark 21-14 at halftime.
As Century will start out the quarter on the 9 in the red zone, so we'll see what Leisted does with this. Handoff to Wild. Wild gets tackled in the backfield there. And
I think that was Benzie. Went with that loaded backfield there.
As he'll get maybe a gain of 1, maybe not even.
Gain on the play results in a first down. First down.
But first and goal now from the 8. So 4 downs to play with for Century.
Weisted under center. Drops back, handoff to Wild, and Wild almost found a gap there if it wasn't for Zach Benzie, I believe.
Yeah,
or Mamadi Dor, excuse me.
Good pursuit down the line by Mamadi, but just following his blockers up the hole there was Wild, and he picks up 3 on that. So second and goal from the 5.
Weisted back to work here, second and goal. Pitch back to Wild. Wild's going to find a gap but not get through, as he's going to be just short.
Benzie and Zinker to team up on that. Oh, and someone is down. Looks like a cramp right there.
Straight back. Once again, 14-7 Century lead here in West Fargo, as they have 3rd and 4 in the red zone.
Third down and goal to go.
So it's 3rd and 4 here as Weisted drops back, looking for a pass, gets one over and incomplete there. Intended for number 85.
Mendy was on the coverage. I don't know that he would have gone in, but not particularly good pass by Weisted, and it looks like they're going to go for a field goal here as we see number 34 Alex Peterson on to attempt the field goal. Not much different than an extra point.
That one was intended for Kralik. As this one's up, and it is going to be good there by Alex Peterson.
That could be a separator. Points are going to be extremely hard to come by with 10 minutes here just over to go in this half.
3 seconds left on the clock. Bismark Century 17, Cheyenne Mustangs 7.
As we now have a 17-7 game here at Cheyenne.
To a new ticket in our Split the Pot raffle drawing. It is a blue ticket. Blue ticket. 7, 3, 6.
As we're on to the second ticket of the 50-50.
170. Come on up the press box.
Wolf didn't win based off of the emotion coming out of him right now, so.
No.
Kai Schlichting back, deep receive for the Mustangs.
The principals were giving me the hard sell pregame, trying to get me to buy. But I resisted tonight. I guess I should have bought since they're already on to their second ticket.
$400 and something from what I heard too is the prize pool, so
that could come in handy.
If you're watching this and you left early and you had that ticket, then I would not want to be you tonight. But 17-7 game as Peterson's going to kick this one away.
Another good kick deep.
Schlichting's going to take
the
touchback. That almost stopped at the 1.
It almost sat there. Schlichting let it go like he was confident, and then he sat there for a second before finally trickling into the end zone for the touchback.
So 10 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here, Wolf. You think, what's the thought process in Newton and the coaches right now on the Cheyenne side?
Well, I think you still have to, yeah, you can try and run it, but we know that Century's been keying on Schlichting, so you're going to have to find a way. You're going to have to put this in Satrum's hands. He's going to have to find a way to make some completions and try and get the ball moving through the air, because otherwise Century's just going to key off of Schlichting the entire time.
Satrum handoff to Schlichting as Schlichting cuts a gap and gets a little tripped up a little bit there.
Saw Coach Newton kind of challenging his offensive line after the last possession, egging them on to create some holes, so that's a good start. If you can complement some passes and Schlichting's still able to get some yards on the ground, that's ideal. But undoubtedly, again, Satrum's going to have to find a completion or two out here as if they're going to be successful and move the ball up the field.
Satrum, another handoff to Schlichting, and
that one goes pretty much nowhere.
I'm not quite sure who it was. One of the O-linemen kind of got tripped up on that one, as I believe it was Hunter Blazer there who got tripped up.
Congratulations to Jaden Bitts, $463.
As Jaden Bitts won the raffle. Satrum,
oh boy,
almost intercepted there.
That was
a foot and a half, maybe.
Xander Hansen saw it the entire way. I think overran the pass. He went by and the pass went behind him, but still going to bring up 4th and 4. But when you're down 10 with 8.5 minutes to go, you're going to have to go for some of these. You're just going to have to figure out a way.
So 4th and 3.
We'll see if they roll them out again, see if they can move this pocket.
Satrum drops back, and a pass across the middle is recepted by Sanker.
Good pass there. Just easy post through the middle. Again, waiting for him to clear those linebackers and finding that area in front of the secondary. Let's see if that gives Satrum a little confidence. And maybe even Coach Newton to open up the playbook a little bit here as we've dipped under 8 to go.
Satcham rolling out here, scramble himself, and he gets maybe 3.
Good decision. Didn't have anything upfield. And by moving the pocket like that, it gives you that run pass option.
2nd down, 7.
Pick up a 3. Nothing, not a huge chunk, but it's positive yardage. And that's what you're going to have. Every play is going to have to be something positive here if you're Cheyenne.
Satcham handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting finds a gap, and he's free. Gets a gain of 20.
Good draw. Satcham held on to it as long as he could to let that traffic clear for Schlichting, and he got downhill in a hurry. We haven't seen many opportunities this year, Tristan, to see Schlichting's speed in the open field, but those of us who know him know he has a lot of speed.
Schlichting, an NDSU commit, as he will go there to play football next year.
And it looks like a timeout by Century there.
So a timeout for Century. We'll do the same. 17-7 current score. 6:53 left to go in the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
All right, folks, welcome back here to West Fargo as the Mustangs find themselves down by 10 here. Once again, just a quick look. Next week they travel to Mandan. Start time for that one is 6:30. The week following is Fargo Davies, and then back at home against Fargo North. And then the stream schedule for next week, it's Michaela Amundsen and company coming back to face Moorhead Tuesday and Red River Thursday. So Wolf with 6:53 left to go. The thought process here as this one's aired out, and Zanker wide open. Touchdown Mustangs.
The respect of the Century defense. He had Schlichting out in the flat and kind of gave that little shoulder shrug that direction, and that froze the secondary, and Zanker just gets in behind him, and wide open, so Satcham didn't have to put it in a tight window, and he was just able to lay it out there. Big, huge score for the Mustangs here. Really big extra point here as Gullix is going to try and get them within 3.
Bad snap, and it's blocked.
Yeah. You could see that player coming off the edge. I think that was number 18, Xander Hansen. And so down 4. And, in all reality, Tristan, this was probably going to be a situation where West Fargo's going to have to score another touchdown anyway if they're going to win this with the kicking game as it is. So maybe not that huge of an issue not getting that conversion on the PAT. But now the defense, Brennan Gable, Zach Bensey and crew are going to have to find a way to get a stop here to give Cheyenne one last chance with the ball with only 6:46 left to go in this one.
All 3 timeouts for the Mustang. Century used theirs in the recent drive, one of them. So two timeouts Century, 3 timeouts Cheyenne. Time could be the make or break of this game right now. It's 6:46, which is a lot of football left to play, obviously.
Yep.
As Pope is back to receive on that right side.
Century up, which is what I would do too, to make sure that nothing here is being planned by the Mustangs. Just pooched into that right side. Oh, and it dies there. Fortunate for Century. Hansen falls on it, but it just died on the turf there with Cheyenne Gunners bearing down on him, and Hansen wisely covers it up. So 6:46, let's see what the Cheyenne defense can do. If there's a way that they can force a turnover or force a 3 and out and give Cheyenne one more opportunity with the ball.
So, Wolf, best case scenario right now, you got to be thinking is, like you said, 3 and out or a turnover.
Yeah. And, you know, that's all you can ask as a team is if you can make that happen, and a chance to possess the ball with a chance to go down and take a lead is what you can hope for. But, of course, first things first, you've got to find a way to stop Century on this drive, because I'm sure they're going to keep the ball on the ground and just keep that clock churning. They won't have to snap this until about 6 minutes. And I would think Coach Wingenbach's going to tell his quarterback to let that get down to about 3 seconds before he snaps the ball each time and make the clock more of an issue for Cheyenne. Little jet sweep, or technically I suppose a pass. It was forward, but no gain really for Haroldstead.
Stop made by the Mustangs, number 19, Max Zinker.
So that should
on
be
the stop.
3rd and 6.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Loss of 1,
3rd and 7. So like you said, maybe a possibility of 3 and out here with 5:34 left to go, though, and that puts the Mustangs in the situation of, you know, maybe you need to waste a little clock in that case.
Well, and if I'm Cheyenne here, I'm still thinking that they're going to run the ball. The last thing that Century wants to do, and they're going to use that timeout, they let that go down as far as they could. I still got to think Century's going to keep the ball on the ground and hope that they can pick up a first down or get close enough to go for it on 4th, because they want that clock running. They don't want to do Cheyenne any favors and stop the clock for them with an incompletion. That being said, if you're in the secondary for Cheyenne, don't get caught peeking in that backfield. Got to keep everything in front of you. If you see a receiver settle down in a zone, man, you've got to close on that and see if you can break up any pass that might happen. But if I were to guess, I'm going to say Century's going to run this one. Maybe something misdirection, maybe something like we've seen Cheyenne. Swing that pocket out, get the quarterback sprinting out to one side where he has that option, make it look like a pass, but maybe tuck it down and run and see if he can scramble for a first down.
Mandan making a little bit of a comeback here, kind of listening to PA announcer Ben over the loudspeaker, and Mandan's back up to 14 now rather than being down 35 straight. So 3rd and 7 now. So Weisted drops back, a pass, and just out of reach.
Yeah,
he was free.
He was, and you know, it surprises me that they threw it, because you only burned 5 seconds. You're going to punt here and give Cheyenne a chance with 5 minutes and 3 timeouts. I'm kind of shocked by that, but as we said, what you can't do is let anyone behind you, and he was running wide open behind, and Weisted just couldn't find the receiver. Had that been a connection, that would have gone for 6.
Arukatan and Zanker back to receive. As that's going to be
delay a game or
false start, I think, on the kicking on Century.
Yeah.
So false start on Hansen.
Hansen flinched there, backs him up 5. That works in Cheyenne's favor. And again, Zanker and Arukatan back. Arukatan had trouble handling the last punt, but if they can get one, both of these guys have that type of shake and bake that they could potentially make something happen.
Little pooch kick that's going to
roll
out
is.
to
Yeah,
Zanker.
great job.
Zanker's going to get some midfield, hopefully, and get to about the 45.
Even though Zanker didn't take that back, that was really smart to pick that up in the air. It was bounced up easily for him to take it. You do not want to let that go 10 yards deeper and put you in a deeper hole. Right as it is, you're only at the Century 46, or at your own 46, so you have a chance. Only 54 yards to go, 5 minutes and all 3 timeouts. So we'll see what Cheyenne has dialed up here.
Satcham now with trips right.
I like a little bubble screen here or something like that.
Schlichting runs straight up the gut.
Pick up about 3. And you don't have to panic, but you do have to make sure that you're up at the line and ready to go.
You know, Wolf, with 4:40 left to go, too, that's just what I was about to ask you. You think you want to play the run game here for a little while and just kind of burn a little clock?
No, I don't know that you want to burn clock, but it's not a bad idea knowing that Schlichting ripped off that long run last time.
Satcham a pass across the middle, and Arukatan just can't handle.
So every pass before that, they'd gone to that post up the middle to Zanker. This time they go up the seam to Arukatan, just unable to connect. Clock does stop, but it still leaves you with 3rd and 7 here, and undoubtedly, 4 down territory. Cheyenne's going to have to go for everything the rest of the way.
So 3rd and 7 from midfield. Need to get to the 44. Trips right. Satcham drops back. Quick pass,
Good
and it's
pass.
caught. I believe it's Smith.
Or was that Smith? CJ Smith. Nice. All it had to do was move the chains, keep this drive alive. There's still 4 minutes to go, and you have all 3 timeouts.
Bernstein now comes out. Put a little bit of height into it, I think. As Satcham takes the snap, handoff to Schlichting, and he's going to get some room and a gain of maybe 3 or 4.
Good hard running. Boy, running down to 3 minutes. You still got 40 yards to go. I think you got to start picking up the pace here offensively. I know Coach Newton likes to have that quarterback come over and call the plays, but it's eating a lot of time between plays. And you still got almost 40 yards to go.
Satcham fakes a handoff across the middle and out of the reach of Zanker.
Saw that pass that they've looked for, and it was decently covered. And Satcham just overthrows it. So now 3rd and 7.
As 3:08 left to go here now. Down by 4, 3rd and 7 once more.
Again, see, maybe roll Satcham out here, give him that run pass option to the near side by the Cheyenne bench.
Satcham drops back, looks.
There's that screen.
And that's Schlichting.
That's the screen that they didn't get in the first half, but that's the one that was set up. Unfortunately, Schlichting wasn't able to catch it in the first half, but that looked like a play that had potential, and there they use it to their advantage to go ahead and pick up another first down as we're under 3 minutes to go. Again, all 3 timeouts, 24-yard line of Century.
Satcham handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting's going to gain some yardage, maybe a gain of 4.
That looks like about 3 or 4 on that.
They're going to call it at 3.
So 2.5 to go.
Tackle led by number 71, Braxton Dahl. 2nd down and 7.
Satcham now trips right, and that's going to be flag and a false start, I want to say, on Bernstein.
Coach Newton not happy about that.
It was Kason Bernstein. Just barely, but
down to 2 minutes. Now you have to start thinking about using those timeouts here if the clock isn't stopping by going out of bounds or an incompletion.
Satcham now escapes some tackles there and gets to
now we got
the line again, and it's going to be
timeout,
fumbled.
I gotta think.
Pats were pointing the other way.
No, I think he was down from the beginning.
He was down by contact, so it'll be 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 11, excuse me, as minute 40 left to go here in this game. This is make or break right here, Wolf. Satcham drops back, heavy coverage past the Schlichting as
great open
he's
field
short.
tackle. Now you got to use a timeout. Got to use a timeout.
Newton frustrated with his offensive line.
4th down and 11.
So it's 4th and 11. And they'll use the timeout. So 17-13, 55 seconds left to go in this game. We'll take a short break and be right back.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
All right, folks, welcome back here. 17-13 score update right now. 55 seconds left to go. And as you just saw, if you've been watching this the whole time, Newton a little frustrated with the offensive line on that one, I think, or maybe a man covering, as it's going to be 4th and 11.
Well, you mentioned make or break time on the last play, but obviously this one is. With 4th and 11, you have to convert here, otherwise the game is over. So, this is when you dig deep into what you think are your best plays, what you can make happen. They're going to go with an empty backfield and 5 receivers. Your cover, or your line has to show up here, and that's going to be probably a timeout from Century. As Coach Wingenbach saw the lineup, and now they're going to make the adjustment. We'll see if Coach Newton picks something else, or if they're confident enough with this play call for what they want to do. But what I was going to say, Tristan, that empty backfield, your line has to be able to hold up and give Satcham enough time to survey the field, work through his progression to see who's going to be open. And then you got to be careful. Now, Coach Wingenbach has seen what you have going on. Is he going to bring some blitz, maybe a corner blitz from one of the near corners or something like that from the backside? That's something I guess I would try and maybe do, see if you could force him into a quick throw, into a throw he doesn't want to. But we'll see what we got going on here.
So Wolf's on the weak side safety blitz the way it sounds.
Well, they come out in the same formation. They don't have anyone up playing press coverage, so it's probably not coming from that side.
O-line needs to stay strong right here.
You have to provide protection long enough.
Satchram now has a little bit of time, gets one off. Oh, just out of the reach of C.J. Smith.
Hard to tell where he was going with that. 2 receivers in the area.
Patriots will take over on down.
And Smith was breaking open.
Smith was wide open.
Little corner route to the end zone was open, but the ball falls harmlessly on that one, and Cheyenne's going to, barring some kind of turnover by Century. Now Cheyenne still has 2 timeouts, but that's not going to be enough to do anything. We'll see if Century just takes a knee here, which I would guess they would do.
As you'll be right, Wolf, victory formation there for the Patriots, and just short.
And Satchram faced a little pressure. You know, it's one of those things, it's hard to know if he would have had another second. Would he have been allowed Smith to clear and found him in the corner of the end zone, or would that never have happened? It's hard to know. Century was able to get a little bit of pressure on Satchram on that pass. And so this one's going to be a defeat for the Mustangs on homecoming.
17-13 your final score. Century takes the homecoming game from the Mustangs. As Wolf, you got any comments?
Or I mean, you know, you had the ball, you had an opportunity. You know, I think I would have liked to have seen maybe conservation of some more clock and some things like that. But regardless, I think the big thing tonight is what's the situation with Ethan Visnes. We know we sat the entire second half. He had a sling. Was that more precautionary? He just wasn't able to go the rest of this game. Is this going to be multiple games? If it's multiple games, that's obviously going to dictate a lot of what Cheyenne wants to do going forward. You don't throw out the entire playbook, but you're going to have to try and craft some plays that play more to Satchram's strengths and those types of things. So that's really the question that we'll wait to have answered. And unfortunately for Cheyenne, you have to go out to Mandan next week and be ready to play one way or another. Certainly not the way you want this one to end, but again, it's not league play, and it's league play that determines who makes the playoffs. And you know, we've become so accustomed, Tristan, to Cheyenne having the number 1 seed and the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That maybe isn't going to happen that way this year. But, you know, that's, you know, all you have to do is make the playoffs, and then everybody starts with that same record. And that's a long way away. In the near future, you plan for Mandan, you talk to the trainer, find out what's, you know, where Visnes stands and what you can do, and you move on from there.
You know, and like you said, Wolf, it did seem just like a shoulder dislocation from up here. But if it is weeks, you know, how many weeks is it going to be?
Yeah.
Is it going to be till the next home game way in October 3rd against Fargo North, or is it going to be, you know, 2 weeks against Fargo Davies?
Right.
You know, it's kind of that question of how far is Newton and Visnes willing to push them?
Well, yeah, you know, and that's it. I mean, they're kids, and I'm sure Coach Newton will listen to whatever the trainers say and that sort of stuff. And it's obviously right now we're not going to know anything. Probably won't have a better idea until tomorrow or Monday as to where that is. But again, you know, that's going to dictate a lot of what you do moving forward in terms of where your quarterback, will he be healthy, as you said, in a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. I will say better job on defense tonight by the Mustangs. You know, that was an area they really struggled against Legacy. They did a much better job with that tonight, but are just ultimately going to fall short on homecoming.
So for graphics this upcoming week, obviously We have the two volleyball games. The first one is against Moorhead on Tuesday, and then the second one is against Red River on Thursday as Michaela Amundsen and company go back to work here this coming week. Obviously coming off the Landon's Light win as well as the Horace win this past night and this past week. So 2 wins coming into this one. Only 2 losses like we talked about last night too, so we'll see what they can produce with that. Looking at the football schedule coming up, it's going to be at Mandan next week. Start time is 6:30 for that one, special time on that one. Then they travel to Davies. Davies, one of the top-ranked teams in the state right now. I believe they're first still. I'm not sure about that as of tonight, but
well, and that we'll take one last look around the state. Minot leads West Fargo 14-7. North up on South 28-14. Legacy up on Davies 27-24, but only the start of the fourth quarter. But Legacy, number 2 in the state, leading Davies right now. And Shanley is up on Bismark. Shanley, number 4 ranked team in the state, up 39-21. Bismarck, the number 3 team in the state with 10 minutes left in the 4.
So with that about does it. Got anything else to add?
No, I think we'll just kind of have to wait and see how this plays out, and on the next broadcast, we'll see if Cheyenne has gotten things turned around in their direction and are on a winning streak once again.
So with that, 17-13 your final score tonight. Century comes in and beats Cheyenne at their own homecoming game. For everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
Right now, right here, with your brothers. Have fun. Do your job very best you can.
Don't lose faith in me.
Whatever you do for us tonight, you better do it with everything that you have. Offense, defense, special teams, cheering on the sideline, filming the game. 2024 Mustangs are successful.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver.
Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win! Gotta win!
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their tail between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. A person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
Let's defend this piece. Let's go. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.